I'm here with George Peter Gatsis, and we're gonna discuss Picard season three. We're only discussing this season because this season was the only one worth a damn. If you're gonna watch this,
Wait. Are you saying there
go
was
ahead.
other seasons?
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. Just pretend this is the only season because those other seasons, they just
I thought the other seasons were just like a dream. He woke up and he's like right in the action of trying to figure out who's trying to kill the Federation.
yeah. I mean, anyways, let's forget those. So, this is we're not gonna go through all of them. We're just gonna show a little bit of the first and then go to the last one.
No, we can talk about them all. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna go through all of those
No,
because
no,
we're
no, no,
just
no,
gonna.
no. Like we can skim through every episode because every episode's it's got gold. It's got gold, man.
No, I can't. I can't do that. It's gonna be too much of a mess. I just got the first one and the last one. We can talk about the other ones. We'll just
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah. We'll talk about the other one.
Okay.
We don't have
So
to actually go through,
yeah,
video and all that stuff. No, no, no,
yeah.
no. Yeah.
So this episode or this season is basically what Picard should have been all along. I mean, I have very little complaints with this season. I mean, I can't think of any compared to what I've seen. This is just probably one of the best seasons I've seen in a long time of anything. Would you say that too?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I honestly watched this more than Mando.
Yeah,
That's how good it was. I mean, Mando was pretty boring, but the finale on this thing is basically like a next generation movie, man. It was just awesome.
yeah. It definitely was repeat viewing for me. Like every episode so far, I've had like 4 or 5 repeat viewings easily, easily.
Yeah, so the first episode is what is it? The doctor lady, she's being attacked and they're trying to get her, and we don't really know who these people are at first. Let's go through here. Now you see all of this. So here's Dr. Crusher. And the one thing I like about this is they didn't try to like make them younger or anything. They're all just it was all just a bunch of old people doing something, and it was kind of it was cool how they did it. Like I really liked it. Even
Yep.
freaking Data, which I didn't understand how Data aged at all, but he did somehow. So the doctor is fighting off these I don't know what these are at first here because you're just kind of like, oh, by the way, before we get started here,
Mercenaries. They're mercenaries.
okay, it says spoilers being discussed here. So if you haven't watched this and you want to see it, I would suggest coming back to watch this after because we don't want to ruin it for you because I'm telling you, you will like this season. It is pretty good. So as it says, spoilers being discussed here. So we've
Yep.
got that out of the way.
Yep.
So she's under attack, and now Beverly Crusher is like this freaking commando lady now.
Well, it has been 20 years.
Yeah, it's been 20 years, so she's gained experience. So she kills these things and gets away and sends this SOS to Picard, and Picard gets it, and he's not sure like what's going on here. And here's Picard back at his manor with. Oh, is this the lady that died recently?
No, I don't think so. In real life,
Yeah,
not a clue. Not a clue.
I'm pretty sure this is the lady that died recently, but I'm not 100%. So
Well,
they're just
she's the Romulan interest,
his love interest. Yeah.
Picard or something like that, and they only had her for one episode, and she disappeared. Rightly so, because we don't care.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So she's telling Picard like, "Oh, you're being stupid. Why are you gonna go hunt her down and all this?" And
Oh, by the way, a technical note. The new people that were in charge of Picard season 3, contractually they were obligated to use J.J. Abrams' writing team
Ugh.
So what the producer was clever enough. He said, "Okay, great. The first two episodes, JJ's team gets to write those first two episodes. Everything else, then the new team takes over." And I think that's why you see this chick from the previous season in here.
Let's see, just stopping by.
So basically, they just got the terrible writing staff out of the
See you,
way.
Donut. Thanks for coming.
Yep, they got the terrible writing staff out of the way for the first two episodes, so they can nail it like if for the next 8.
Yeah, you can tell the difference. I mean, the first two episodes weren't like really bad. I'll be fair, I guess. Like they weren't like as bad as the past seasons, but when you start watching the other ones, you can tell the difference. I'll say that much. Like you really notice like the difference in the just how Picard and everybody acts and everything. And
Yep.
you know what I liked too about this season is we didn't have like these stupid old ladies and these people and everybody insulting the hell out of Picard.
Yep.
I hated that. On that first season, I was like, what is this? Like, they're just like, oh, you're a stupid man, and we don't need you, Picard, and get out of here, and all this. And I mean, there's none of that crap on this one. It's just they're trying to hunt down the doctor, and he gets organized with Worf and them, and then they go and get data and everything, and it's just it felt like the '90s show. Like that's what it felt like when you were watching those old ones.
Yep.
He's like, what's this? What's going on? Okay, let me just want to skim through this here. So he goes and gets Riker. And Riker's just like, oh, I've been bored at my house and I didn't know what to do. So what the hell? Let's go on an adventure, old friend.
Yeah. Forget the wife and kids,
Yeah, as he keeps saying, not forget his kids and all that. He's got to put up with what's her face, the psychic lady, Deanna.
Deanna Troy, yeah.
Then
or
we see
Deanna Riker Troy something, I don't know.
So this lady has been a real annoying person through the seasons. I really dislike this character. It's just this drunk lady, and she just wobbles around and causes problems and bullshit. I mean, I really just dislike this person. They're just pointless in here. So she's trying to she's on this secret mission to get
can we skip over this?
I just want to get to where Worf is.
Any scene with this chick is boring as fuck.
Yeah, I'm trying to get where Worf is.
Well, you don't see Worf in the first episode.
I thought he was on this part. No.
Right. It's like I don't know, 4 or 5
forget
episodes.
Forget it then. I thought Worf was there. That's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, so here's their new ship that they're using, the Titan.
The Titan.
I don't know. It's all right, I guess, but I'm not terribly fond of this design. I guess like it's I don't know. I like the more classic version where these are like way in the back here, and then this thing has like a higher neck. But this ship kind of reminds me as if they took the old Enterprise and the Excelsior and just blended it together. It
reminds you of the Enterprise B.
Enterprise B?
Yeah, the Enterprise B is like a combination of the Excelsior and the classic Enterprise A.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, the Excelsior, because it's got the Excelsior bottom part. They're just going on here. So 7 of 9 is second in command. Now, the captain on here, I mean, I don't know. I didn't like him at first, but then I kind of liked him better on. Did you like the captain at first or no?
I thought he was a prick, but, as the show progressed, I'm like, oh, this guy's really freaking cool.
Yeah, like he starts off like how Picard was on the first season. He's just a total prick. He's like, oh, you guys are ancient and you're losers, and I got rid of your shitty music now, so fuck up and all this. And they're like, gee, nice to meet you too. Yeah, see, they give him this big send-off here, like, oh, give all these people respect and all this. Oh, yeah, this is Geordi LaForge's daughter, by the way. He's got 2 daughters that they have on there.
Yep.
Let's see here. And there's the ship leaving. I don't know what it is about this design. It's just
Yeah. Before you move, throughout the entire season, the all 10 episodes, what the producer did really well, or the entire team did really well with the visuals, is they actually mimicked the visuals that we know tried and true from the previous Star Trek movies, from the previous Star Trek TV series generations, and also. What do you call it? The classic Star Trek movies 1 through 6, because you look at the visuals, you go like, I've seen this before. You're catching something in your memory, yeah, because they did a composition that matched the visuals that you saw and loved way
yeah,
back then. They nailed it.
yeah,
They nailed it.
yeah. They did. Yeah, it feels like the movies and the old. It feels like the old stuff.
Yeah,
Like when this is pulling out of here, they got that nice music playing from the music.
yeah,
I mean, the music from the movies,
yeah,
and yeah, it's just got that old '90s feel to it. I really liked that.
yeah.
So Picard and them are trying to get her to go along with tricking the captain because the captain doesn't want to go. What was it, to the edge of the galaxy or something? And she's like,
They wanted to get to a neutral zone area,
yeah,
that's out of bounds,
yeah, that's where
crime
the doctor
directive,
was.
all that stuff, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So here we have the lovely intro with this guy who's just a total prick, man. This guy's just like, you guys are ancient and all this, and I'm the new thing and all this, and I'm a big deal. And Picard and him are just like, what is this guy's deal? Yeah, Riker's getting angry with this guy. Like, well, I'm sorry, I'm the captain, and we're gonna do what I want, and blah blah blah, and we're gonna do all this. So they get to the edge there, and they find is this the one where they find her ship? Let me get rid of this.
yeah. They find the ship.
All right, so this is where they find Beverly Crusher, the doctor, her ship, and then she has a son now. Here, Jack, this guy, and they're trying to figure out what happened, and they can't get the life support going, and then Jack is like just being a little shit, and then this other ship comes out of nowhere. Let me get to that. These guys. So a little bit of a spoiler here because we're gonna just try to speed things along. These are the changeling guys. They're the founders or whatever, and she's pissed off because in the next episode or two they show what happened. So this is after the Oh, hold on a minute. Jack says, "Why isn't Riker a admiral?"
Oh, he refused it.
I think he refused it. Yeah, just listen to George because I can't remember exactly what happened there. But anyways, these are the the founders and the changeling people, and they're pissed off at the Federation because after the Dominion War, they captured some changelings, and they have this space station where they tortured the fuck out of this female changeling, and now she's hell bent for revenge against the Federation. So that's the main story of what happened there. And then her and the other admiral, they get in a fight here, and then they're just this ship is just too much for them. And then it has some device where it can keep making the ship come to them. Like Picard and them try to get away.
They create a portal.
Yeah, they create a portal. So whenever the Titan tries to get away, it just goes through the portal and comes back to this thing. So they get in a big fight and they shoot it out, and then the Titan ends up in like a gravity well thing, and they all think they're gonna die. And then was it? I think it was Geordi that came and saved them, wasn't it?
No, well, yeah, but it wasn't. No, it was Beverly who said, "Hey, wait a minute. This gravity well
Oh yeah,
that we're heading towards, it's not a gravity well. It's contractions."
yeah. It's a space whale or something that was
Yeah,
giving birth, and then they just rode the wave out of this thing. and they got out of there. And then Riker, when they were flying out of there, this thing is sitting there still for some reason. I don't know why they were still there. And they start fighting, and then Riker uses a tractor beam and throws this gigantic asteroid at this thing. Just really, man, just I'm surprised that ship took that beating and kept going. And then after that, they just end up going to the science station. The science station episode was pretty cool. Like, they showed a lot of interesting and curious things in there. Like, they had an X-ray of Kirk in there for some reason.
No, they had his body.
Yeah, his body, but I mean, what we saw looked like an X-ray or something. The picture.
I know that was the remains of the body.
Yeah, they had the remains of it, and they were looking at it. I don't know if they're gonna bring back a clone Kirk or what they're doing there.
Well, it's a direct call out to the William Shatner novel series, The Return, I believe it's called, where it follows immediately after Generations, where Kirk gets cloned, and then eventually he the cloning it happened so well that he was able to recall and continue being Kirk. And it was a really good series, really great series, and this little view was really amazing. It's like right up. It's like right up there when you saw what was it, the Phantom Menace. You saw the Phantom Menace, and then when you was it the Phantom Menace? No, sorry, it was the remastered versions of Star Wars, and you saw them head towards Mos Eisley on their speeder, and you have this wide shot of Mos Eisley as Obi-Wan, Luke, and the droids are heading in with their speeder, and you get this wide shot, and in the wide shot you see Dash Rendar's ship, the Outrider, fly by, heading out. I mean, it was that cool. It was that cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then where Data is, they go to get Data, and he's got for a security guard that there was an episode of Next Generation where there was like this holodeck guy.
Yeah, Moriarty.
Yeah, Moriarty. And he figured out how to get out of the holodeck. Then they ended up tricking him and putting him in a fake universe or something. And he shows up on there, but he ends up just being like Data's ring bell or whatever for his door.
That was funny. I mean, that was drop dead funny.
Yeah, and then they go and get Data, and Data is just like all fucked up, man. Well, it isn't even Data; it's just some other Data-looking guy. But it has Data's memories, Lore's memories, B4, and they're like it's basically a robot with split personalities.
Yeah.
So it can't do fucking anything. And Picard's like trying to talk to Data, and then it turns into Lore, and it's like threatening them, and then it turns into B4, and it was just a big mess. And so Geordi shut it down, and then later on he figured out like how to fix this. And then now that pissed me off what happened to Lore, because Lore is an awesome villain that they could have used later on, but Lore's gone.
He's still there. That's the beauty. See, what happened is when both halves or both personalities were allowed to interact with each other, Lore went after Data's memories so he can own them for himself. Data knew that's what Lore's plan was, so he allowed him to have his memories, and in return, as Lore was taking away all Data's memories, he thought he was deleting Data, when in fact what was happening is Lore was actually becoming more Data because of the memories.
Yeah.
And then
he absorbed them. Yeah,
he absorbed them all. And then what ended up happening is that Data's logic and Lore's feelings merged. We have Lore. The fact that Data is now able to communicate and laugh and joke and and cry and feel all that stuff, that's all Lore. That's all. That's all Lore's side. That's everything about Lore, except being evil. That's the beauty of what we got. We got the emotions and the happiness and the jokes of Lore, and the logic of Data all combined in one.
Yeah, and one thing that is a bit of a plot hole. Well, actually, two when you think about it, is his daughter. They don't explain what happened to her. I'm just assuming she's boxed away somewhere, like how Picard found the original Data or whatever. And then the other daughter on the first season, like they just pretend she doesn't. I guess that's a good thing. I should probably look at that as a good thing that they don't mention that talking about his daughter on the first one,
Yeah,
first
yeah, yeah,
season.
yeah.
So they just totally that's one thing I do like about it. It's a lot of retconning. Like Star Wars can learn a lot from this shit, man, because they really retconned a lot of stuff on there, and it was just way better how they did it. And then after they get Data back, I think is when we get Worf too. Or is that before? Like Worf
No, no,
shows up.
we got Worf before we got Data.
Yeah, so Worf, with that drunken lady, he shows up to assist her to get this chip back that this Ferengi warlord have, and then a Romulan guy got the chips, and then they had to fight him and get the chip back, and then Worf pretended to die or something, and she revived him, and now Worf, I don't know what to make of Worf. I mean, on one hand, I still like him and everything, but it was kind of his whole thing about I'm against war and I'm a pacifist now and all of this stuff.
Yeah,
And
I thought that was total BS.
yeah,
That was just talk.
and I'm like, the guy's a Klingon. It doesn't fit for a Klingon. Like I don't know. So anyways, I'm gonna drop this and then bring up the finale because that finale, man. Whew. Let's see. So the finale, we're going to skip a bit ahead. We find out the whole plan is so that changeling bitch, she died and they killed her and all that. And then we come to find out that the Borg are in cahoots with the changelings, and they're using transporters to infect Starfleet. So most of the majority of Starfleet is now Borg, and we have Chekhov at the beginning going, "Stay away from Earth because the Borg, they've infected us all, and now they're blowing up the space station and all this." And so we just have them here. It's all about them trying to kill the Borg Queen and all this. So the episode before this, they go and get the Enterprise D, which is the one from the original series. I want to talk about this for a bit because this is what Doomcock got really upset about for some reason. I don't really understand why.
All right. Okay, before we head to that episode, we'll just do a little setup to the last two episodes that we're going to be talking about. All right. So first of all, they were able to defeat the changelings, and that's number one thing. Second, they were able to finally reunite the entire crew on the Titan. They figured out Jack. There was something wrong with Jack, so Jack took off to go find himself, so to speak. And he went, and apparently he's partial Borg kind of thing. The other thing is what they find out before they kill all the changelings, or they got rid of all the changelings, is that apparently that the changelings were working for the Borg, the original Borg, not the new Borg that happened last season. Okay, forget about that.
The friendly Borgs.
Yeah, the friendly Borgs.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it was. So the new Borg basically blackmailed the changelings to infiltrate Starfleet and add a little bit of code into the transporter. So every time somebody was using the transporters, the code the little code that's in Picard that they took out of the Picard corpse that was in the Daystrom test facility where they found Data and Kirk's body and all that stuff. They used that to inject Borg DNA, so to speak, into everybody who's using the transporters. So they were assimilating the Starfleet in a very subtle way. So that's basically the setup for the first 8 episodes. That's the whole setup, everything.
Yeah.
It took a while to get to it, but that's basically what's happened. And now Jack apparently is part of the Borg, and that's why they wanted him, because he is a conduit to communicate and transmit orders to the Borg. So that's why Jack was so special. And now we they defeat the changelings, and they realize that they have something called Starfleet Day or something like that, First Contact Day.
Starfleet Day,
yeah. So basically, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But anyways,
yeah.
Why would you have all your ships in one area, right?
Yeah, it was so stupid because her whole thing is like, oh, look at us. All of our ships are connected through the internet now. Aren't we an awesome fleet? Look at us. We're the best.
Another reason why you should always be decentralized, right? No one world government, no one world currency, nothing. No one world, monitoring system, credit score, all that stuff. Because if it goes down, everybody goes down. Just like in Star Trek.
Yep.
So that's the setup to the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, and then they go and get the Enterprise D, the one from the Next Generation, but it's not the same one. And this is what Doomcock is.
No, half and half. The saucer section was from Viridian 3, or I forgot.
From the movie.
Yeah, from the movie. The saucer section, they lifted it off the planet, and that's the saucer section. The bottom half, the engine and the nacelles was from another ship. I forgot the name of it.
So it was another ship, and the engines were like. So this is what.
So Geordi kit bashed the Enterprise D back into existence.
yeah, pretty much is what happened. And to summarize it in car terms, this new Enterprise is like having a Mini Cooper with a big block in it. And Doomcock was upset because of how the ship was flying around and everything. But those engines were made for a ship like 3 times the size. They weren't made to be on there. So it was like a hot rod that they had.
Yeah.
So that's why the ship was like way faster. I loved it. It was awesome, man. I had no complaints with that. I'm like, damn, this is just... I mean, it was basically just a hot rod. And then the is...
well, actually, and now that you touch upon that, you just sparked an interesting thought that blew my mind. Okay, let's go back to the Star Trek 3, where Kirk and his lovable crew steal the Enterprise to go searching for Spock, right?
Yeah.
Scotty had to rig the Enterprise for automation.
Yeah.
Okay, so follow me so far?
Yeah.
So basically, like less than 10 people are able to steal a whole freaking ship, and then hightail it out of Dodge. Yeah. And maybe go into battle in a limited sense. So, and now you're like, was it 40, 50 years later, 100 years later? I don't know what's the difference between the TV series and the Next Generation. I don't care. But many generations later, you get 7 people taking over the Enterprise, a Galaxy class starship, the Enterprise D. And it takes only 7 people to fly it. And what happened to the other 1,000 passengers? What were they doing all this time? I mean, it's like, what was it? Was like, were they just along for the ride? I mean, just how many experiments did all these 1,000 passengers do during that time?
Yeah, and Geordi isn't even in the warp car. He's running the ship. he's sitting on the bridge with them all the whole time. He's not down there with the warp
Yeah,
core and all
yeah.
that.
He's not down checking the engines, making sure everything's running fine. It's like, oh no, I gotta open this panel. It's because I'm getting some heat. A little hot under the collar over here with these pipes and all that stuff. No, it's all like just sitting back in the captain's chair, going like, okay, head that way, and head that way. It's like, really, wow, a lot has changed since the time where you're sitting back and going like it's Scotty or Geordie going like, Captain, she can't take it much more. All these shields are down and the engine's a little cracked and we got to take it easy. We got to repair
the mains are offline.
Yeah, the mains are offline. I got to reroute the juice over here to go to the juice over there. It's like, oh my gosh, none of that happened. It was
I need warp speed, Scotty, in 3 minutes or we're all dead.
Yeah.
So one thing we overlooked on here too that we should talk about now, like I said, spoilers being discussed here. So if you're still here at this point, don't get upset. But Picard and Beverly smashed apparently at some point because this is Picard's kid. So they got it
like 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago, Picard got it on with Beverly here. So here they are with this thing. Now, here's a point that I see a lot of people that are complaining about this don't seem to get is, how did the Borg not just assimilate them? There is no Borg. There's like maybe 2 Borg left and the Queen. The whole point of this is the Queen's trying to revive her army. She doesn't have anything. She's just, this is it. She has 2 Borgs in there that tried to fight Worf and Riker. And they were pretty powerful. I was kind of impressed. I didn't think they were going to be able to do anything because of how dead everything is.
Yeah, I didn't get that either because as far as I understood it, and again, after repeat viewing, it's like, okay, so you're telling me you got bitch slapped by the Federation, so you decided not to assimilate anyone, but in doing so, you end up dying of starvation because the only way you can actually survive is if you assimilate. If you don't assimilate, you will die. And so you started to cannibalize your own people to survive.
Yeah, it was very weird.
What?
Yeah. And the other thing is,
I mean, it's like they couldn't go down and eat a couple of cows, or
well, yeah,
go to McDonald's, man. Order McDonald's.
But
hey,
here's
go down to McDonald's and say, hey, yes, can I take your order? Yes, so like 4,000 cheeseburgers, please.
Yeah, George. Here's another point. Who was feeding her this? Because the Borg Queen is stuck on this thing, like she don't even have legs, so they'd have to bring her the food. Unless she's got some like feeding tube that's like billions of miles long or something. Because I'm like,
yeah. Well, you saw that she was integrated into the ship, and the ship was integrated to the other drones, and basically she was cannibalizing the drones.
Yeah, so I'm like, how is she eating them? Because they'd have to bring it to her. So the only thing I could think of is those 2 drones that were left were her feeders. Basically, they were just.
Yeah,
bringing her
the last survivors.
Yeah. So this is it, man. They're getting ready to go in there and fight them, and it's pretty damn good. Like,
yeah, they basically do the Millennium Run on the Death Star 2 and Return of the Jedi.
So all of this is Starfleet.
I mean, literally, holy smokes.
Yeah, we're going to show that. So these are all this is the entire Starfleet, all these ships, but they're assimilated with the Borg, and they're just blowing the hell out of the space station, man. All of these, look, this is the entire Starfleet, all of them.
Well, you know what? I'm really happy that they showed you all they took the time to actually show you all these Starfleet ships, all the different ships that Starfleet had. Instead of what they did in the last 2 seasons, and where they just literally copy and pasted 10,000 ships.
Oh yeah, that was god awful. They were all the same ship.
I'm going like, hold on a sec. There's no way Starfleet's got this many ship. And hold on a sec. I see the same insignia number in that ship, in that ship, oh, in that ship.
Yeah,
It's
are
like
they 3D printing these ships out? I'm like, what is this?
yeah. It was crazy. It was like it was like watching Waldo. It's like, oh, I found Waldo, but then I found Waldo over here, and I found Waldo over there. In
Yeah,
fact,
they're
I
all
found
Waldos.
yeah, they're all Waldos.
Here's our resident intro person. Who is the guy on the panel with the annoying nasal voice? Not that guy, the other one, you bastard. So the Borg have assimilated everyone. Here's Geordie's daughter. And 7 of them are on the bridge, and they're going to come up there to get them. Oh, this was funny. This dude here. So this dude. So she's telling
Right,
people.
take a break. Get a drink. Get a drink.
She's telling people, get to your stations and all this. And this dude here, he's like, hey, I'm just a cook. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't know how to drive the ship and all this. And she's like, well, you're going to have to drive it.
Yeah, that was kind of weak, man. I mean, that was really weak. I'm thinking like, you know, excuse me, but anyone. Okay, here's the thing. Anyone on an aircraft carrier, even if you're the cook, you know how to fight. When the shit hits the fan, and gunner's down, you just go and take over, and continue. It's not like, hey, I'm just a cook. No, everybody on the aircraft carrier is licensed to to be badass.
Yeah, you have to know. It's this like basic military training.
Yeah, and just because the guys on there go, hey, I'm a cook or whatever he was, it's like, no, you're in Starfleet. You got through basic training. Put down the spoon and start flying the ship.
Yeah, pretty much. So Picard here is gonna go with Riker and Worf to go get his son, and it was pretty good this scene because he's like, well, this might be it. I might actually die again. So if I should die again, just put me in the cloning box and I'll see you shortly.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's basically, the kind of that's the problem with the other shows is that whole cloning plot hole, which is just hard to get out of. But anyway, so Riker and Worf get in there, and Picard, and they're in here looking. You can see all the Borgs are just like dead. Yeah, see, she's been cannibalizing. So there's 2 Borgs in there that.
Yeah, that was all right, but that was kind of weak. I go, oh no, 2 Borgs, and it's like Worf says, hey, look, in my battle axe, I got a hidden phaser. It's like, couldn't you lead with that?
Yeah, that was a good point.
Yeah, no, it was more fun with the battle axe. It's like, what the hell? I thought you were a pacifist. And then Picard separates from Worf, and Riker says, I got to go get my son. I'm not doing this as a captain. I'm doing this as a father. Yeah. And good luck, guys. Maybe I see you, maybe I don't.
Yeah, I'll take this SSD USB drive in case I die. I'll see you shortly. Just plug it in and I'll be back.
Yeah.
So here's the Borg Queen. You can see she's just bones. I don't even know how this thing's alive. It's just, I don't know how it was getting food. Like I said, the only thing is got to have a feeding tube throughout the whole ship or something to keep this thing alive. So she's just like, you left me for dead, Locutus, and all this. And then we come back to Riker, and then here's those 2 Borg guys. Well, they keep going back and forth here. So it's all right. Let's go to this then. So here's the Titan, and they're trying to be a decoy for Riker and them, I guess. That's what I took that as.
Yeah.
And they get the whole fleet on them. The Queen is back here going blah blah. Screw you guys. I'm taking over. So here's all the Borg trying to get in there and get to them. Okay, so here's these two guys, these two Borg that they're fighting, man. Like, I don't know how these dudes were this powerful, man. Like this guy, he hits Worf in the chest, point blank, man, and he just falls to the side. Like Worf took that freaking shot like nothing, man.
Yeah, he was a champ.
It's like, damn.
Yeah, he was a champ.
Yeah.
That's all it was, man. He was just a champ.
So we're gonna play this scene in another clip afterwards, because this is the best scene in the whole thing. So here comes the Enterprise in here, and they're like going, "What are you doing? We're gonna." God damn it! It keeps cutting back and forth like this.
Okay, well, just lock into one image, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah. To get to that. All right, here we go. This is the scene I was talking about. We're gonna play this in a bit. This is the best scene of the whole thing. So the ship is flying through here, man, and it's just blowing the fuck out of this cube.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just awesome. This is the best scene, man. And they have the music playing and everything. I mean, this scene alone, this is theater quality, man. Yeah, like the first time I saw this, I was like,
absolutely.
Yeah, I was watching this going, God damn, man. I mean, the Enterprise was just, look at this. It's just blowing up. Yeah. They all look at her because she kicked so much fucking ass. They're like, what the hell, man? Like, wow, God damn, you really. And she says, well, it's been a rough 20 years.
Yeah.
So the space station here is about to go down. Let's see. So, God dang it. So Picard tells his kid, if you're not going to leave this, then I'm going to join you in the collective. So Picard rejoins the collective to get his kid out of there. And then the kid realizes, like, well, gee, I do want to be human after all, I guess.
Yeah. Gee, maybe I should listen to Dad. What a schmuck I am.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Dad. You got me. I'm coming back with you. And that was it.
Yeah. That was it for that. And they finally get him free. And then.
And what happened is the Enterprise was they had only a couple of minutes to blow up the cube. Otherwise, everything would be over. So they blew up the cube. The Enterprise was making a run for it, and then Riker sort of says to Deanna, he goes, "I love you. I'm sorry that I'll never see you again because the countdown started and all that stuff." And Deanna says, "I know where they are." So she tells Data where to pilot, or she piloted the Enterprise D right over them.
Yeah.
Right over them, and it's a glorious shot, man. Where you look up, right there, yeah, right there, glorious shot, man.
It just pulls right up on top of them.
It just it comes in, it just skids right into view, right? Yeah. It's like amazing.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and then they transport them out, and then they do a Millennium Falcon exit out of the space station.
And there's all the Borgs. All the Borgs just die, and they blow up the cube. And it was awesome, man. I don't know why so much people dislike this, because
and then they have, of course, wind down parts of the thing where everyone gets their final moments in the show. They literally repeat the scene from what was it, the last episode of this Generations, the TV series, where they're all playing cards in the little and that was really awesome. And then of course you cut to
1 year later, here we are, and then
1 year, 1 year later, the restored Enterprise D, they shut it down for the final time. It's part of the museum. It's really amazing. And then it gets even better. You think it's over? Nope. Jack Crusher, or Jack Picard Crusher, or Jack Picard gets his first assigned Starfleet ship. You think it's the Titan, but then when you come up around from the top, you see they renamed the Titan to the Enterprise G.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't like this.
I hated this too. They should have.
They
This
should have left
was
the Titan. They should have
yeah
left the Titan.
they should have left it the Titan. Or if they were gonna do this, they should have shown
The
a
Enterprise,
modern.
the Enterprise F. No, they should have had the Enterprise F.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah,
they
yeah.
show up the Enterprise F during the battle and all that stuff. It got blown up or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Who cares? There was no emotional value to it. But the point is, they should have had, and because the Titan, man. I mean, this was Shaw's ship, and Shaw was
Yeah, it just came off as lazy. Like we're too
yeah.
lazy to make a real Enterprise, so we're just gonna rename this.
Yeah.
Oh, member berries.
Yeah,
I didn't care for this.
because what happened is, by the time Captain Shaw died in episode 7, I believe it was, everybody, or is it episode 8? I don't remember. By the time Captain Shaw died, everybody was emotionally attached to him. I mean, I was pissed. I was pissed that he died. It was
I ended up liking him later on too. Yeah,
he was awesome. He was awesome. It's like there's a scene where he's in the elevator and he's saying, "Oh yeah, you guys really like the Prime Directive," and then he starts nailing it. He goes, "Oh yeah, like that time you did this and the time you did that and the time you went back in time and all that stuff." yeah, you guys are really on the ball. It was like, and then Picard looks at Riker and Riker looks at Picard and goes, "Those were the days."
Yeah, they were compared to what they've done.
Yeah. And so you got the captain, 7 of 9. You got the first officer, the chick, and you got Jack as the consultant or whatever he is.
Yeah.
And this is the new Enterprise, and they're on. They're heading off to Boldly Goat, wherever they're going to go. And and next thing you know, the very last scene, you get to see Q. And Jack says,
we're gonna
aren't
get to that.
Aren't you dead? He goes, yeah, my Capitan.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to 7 being the captain, but this drunkard bitch, how can she be anything? Like, she needs to go to AA and shit. Like, how is it instantly that she's just second in command and all this? It's like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, maybe they'll show that if they make a show of this, I'm guessing. I don't know. But, I mean, I'm not opposed to 7 being a captain and a show of this, but I just don't think it's going to be very well. I mean, it could be good, but I highly doubt that it will be. I mean, it'll probably just be like Strange New Worlds, where it's like touch and hit and miss. Some will be good, some will be bad.
Yep.
They don't say what she says. You're saying to her, well, what are you going to say for your warp thing? Like how Picard says engage and
Kirk says, just go.
Yeah.
You hit it, Scotty, or something like that. I don't know what it was. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everybody got a catchphrase, and it's like, oh, geez, really? Oh my gosh.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
So this was they really landed this, man. This was really good. So here's the end of it, and they're in the bar, and like George said, they go and play cards. That's pretty much the ending. How they started playing cards in the first episode, and this is it. So that was really good. Like overall, I don't really have any complaints with this stuff right here.
That was awesome. Actually, that was really, really awesome.
Yeah. And then we cut to let's see where Jack is. Yeah, so here's Jack with Q. And I guess they're starting the trial again, is what we're going to go through. The his generation's going to go through the trial or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have a feeling that show's going to be hit and miss. I like Q and all, but they blew up. They destroyed Q in those past 2 seasons. It was really stupid.
Yeah, and you know what? Now that they show this, it's more like, oh, so Q is just bullshitting us. You know, yeah, that's all.
Eh,
That's all it is. Q is just BSing us.
he doesn't do anything anymore. He's just kind of
Yeah.
he's like the salamander guy in Red Planet 2. He just shows up going, "Hey guys, how's it going?" after everybody's dead.
Yeah, I'm here to. Where's the food? Where's the
Yeah,
bacon? I want the bacon.
just came here to hang out.
Yeah, exactly. Uh,
Well, that's that. The overall, what's this water boy? You can't spell LGBTQ plus without the Q.
that's pretty good.
So, George, did you want to show us your game?
Uh yes.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Give me a sec. I'll just load it up here.
George made a game, everybody. It's Galaga-like or asteroid-like, so best way I can explain it.
It's just a standard shoot 'em up game. Just very simple. Fun. But I have to tell you, when I demonstrate this, you'll be blown away because there's a lot of awesome goodness. So this is shavenator.com, everybody. Oh, here, wait a minute. Let me copy and paste this into the private chat. So Hargrave, you can just put it there so everybody can see it and highlight it too, please.
Okay.
Okay, guys, shavenator.com. What is this? Originally back in 2016, I created this little 3D printed razor that sold a little, and since then the site just been sitting around. So I actually just repurposed the site to Shavenator. The name's still stuck. So we shave a little bit off the internet for your entertainment, and the first page here is our latest movie roasting, right? So you always have the latest episode off of YouTube, and then of course this is the about. This is what the site's all about. It's here. We stream every night at 10 p.m. except we do the movie roastings at 9 p.m. It's all there. Make it hard to read because no one really cares about the about. And of course, there's the legal, right? Because it's a video game, you always have to have legal. You always have to have legal regarding the video game. So if your computer blows up and you think it's because of the video game, it's not my fault, right? It's not my fault.
Yeah, like what's happening with the 4090 cards and what was that game that I forget what that game was? It was melting the cards or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. That's oh, wow. Okay. So I don't call it the fine print. I call it the big print. And it's right here, right there. Then of course, it wouldn't be a site if you're not shilling anything. So these are the people so far. Eventually, Hargrave's going to be on here too. I know. So here is Denelli, Critical Blast, and of course me. And yeah, as you look down, you see Denelli's books. They're available right now. It's available now. So you can click here and you get the book. What's in production now is the hardcover, full color, awesomeness. Right now, this is in production. With RJ, what's in production is like over a 500-page Brothers Grimm book. It's really amazing. It's huge. It's huge. All right, what's available now here? Well, I'll go at the bottom. I'm delivering on the campaign, Joking Book 2 and Book 1 campaign. That's delivering now. What's waiting in the wings is the Female X campaign. It's going to be 250 plus pages. And what's available now on Webtoons, I have from Book 1, I have like a segment out of Book 1, and it's sitting on Webtoons. So what happened is RJ and I were testing Ingram for its different printing and all that stuff, which this is why this book here, Female X, exists right now, because we test printed it to see if it actually works. And I said, okay, let's see what happens if you have a 32-page hardcover book come out of Ingram. So the book is available. It's called Job Ads. Basically, it's that segment in book 1 where Joe King is trying to find work. So he can make his way up to Santa Claus North Pole house and get his cape repaired by Santa. So I took that entire story out of that and repackaged it, and I added a little bit of new art, and I did a little bit of George Lucas on existing art. So in all, it's a brand new book, and it's got really sexy covers, because why? Sexy covers sell. So what the hell? Now, ladies and gentlemen, the game. Now I got to tell you, we already it's been tested on Chrome, Safari, and Brave. Okay, and and I did this game in my downtime, quiet time in the last 5 days, sort of thing. And no, is it a big deal? Yeah, it is, because usually it takes me a lot longer. I guess so what you have here is, it says, use the left key and the left and right arrow keys, and you can use the shift key or the space bar to fire. That's it. It's that simple. All right. So we're going to click on this, and this is the game. Okay, I got to mute on my end. Let me see.
That's okay. Just play it.
Okay, here we go.
What is that? What is that bell thing?
That you see the mothership up there? There's a mothership.
Is that what that thing is? Is that the mothership when it goes bing bing?
Yeah. It's like you hit it for bonus points, and your score increases by 50 points.
What is you're trying to hit these things before they get down to you? Is that what's going on?
Exactly. And then when you get them, more come.
Oh Jesus!
But by the way, this game, guys, it's 100%. There's no pattern to this game. This is not Pac-Man. This is not Galaga. This is not Space Invaders. Oh, wait a minute. What am I
Yeah, we finished the review, Jack. We're just looking at George's game now.
All right. So you get the idea. All right, yeah. But this is not Space Invaders. This is not Galaga. This is not Pac-Man, where you learn the pattern of the game and you can beat the game and it just gets faster. No, there's a complete random factor to this game, so you can start the game and actually die in seconds. You can actually play the game a lot longer. It's literally up to you, up to the random elements of the game. But here's the amazing thing about this game. If you really want to have fun, guys, watch this. If you change the screen long and rectangle and then hit refresh, this is your screen right now. This new shape is your screen from edge to edge. You literally have changed your screen. You're not locked into the screen of your the screen that you're presented when you start the game. Now, if you zoom out, like you do Control minus or Control plus to zoom out, right? And then hit refresh. Now you got a longer screen but a bigger playing field. What? I zoomed out like to 30%, like this. I went back like, I don't know, this is 33%, and hit refresh. Now if you look closely, I'm down there. You can see me move right there. Yeah. So right,
and the tiny. Barely see you.
Yeah, and that's because it's zoomed out, right? And the bad guys are at the top left. You see by the you see them coming. Just you barely see them coming.
Yeah, it's like really tiny.
Yeah. Now if I fire, right, one fire, it keeps going. Oh, wait. Hold a sec. It's a long fire. You just made your window bigger. You made your play area that much bigger. Okay. So let me just demonstrate how. Just to watch. Now, just all right. So that's this. Now get this. Now, if you want to play arcade style, change the shape of the window like this. Hit refresh, and now you're arcade style, just like you would, back in the day when you're going into the arcade. Oh, and by the way, unintended consequence, because I gave everybody two options, whether the shift key or the space bar for firing. Watch this. I didn't expect it. Now, when you hit the space bar and the shift key one after the other, you get like a machine gun coming out of your ship. It's really awesome, man.
Wow.
It's amazing. So every time you hit the mothership, you get like 50 points, and if you get impacted by the little ships, you end up game over. And level 3, score 383. And this is how amazing it is. So it's 100% what do you call it? Adaptable. So you can just do a long narrow game like this. Oh, I ended up dying that real quick. Wait. Okay, you know why I died? It's because the number of enemies, again, the number of enemies that are coming at you is random. So it could be like, say, 6 or 40, so, or anything in between. So since the screen is narrow, that means they hit the edge of the wall, and then they progress down a step. But since they hit the edge of the wall constantly, they literally just drop down on you at that point. So here. Now, shift and spacebar together. That's the video game. I thought it'd be really awesome to do something interesting for Comicsgate, for people out there, to just have fun. It's 100% playable. There's no download. It's just go to the website and wait until the boom, you're dead.
All right. So how do they go to play this? Where do they go to? That Sabernator?
Yeah, Sabernator. You want to go to the site, this is the first page that you see on the site. You just right here at the top. Wait, let me zoom in here. There you go. Change the screen area. There. So this is the first page that you see when you go to Sabernator. And just go click on game right here. It'll take you to the game. Get ready. Are you ready to get handed your walking papers? Then human, prepare to use the left and right arrow keys and the shift key or space bar to fire. Then click here. Just click. And I have a little description here at the bottom in this cartoon-like description, desktop version only. While playing the game, if you stretch or change the shape of your browser window, or if you scale up or down your Windows page and then refresh, you'll end up with a whole new area to combat the evil. Browsers tested on Chrome, Safari, and Brave. and then click, and then boom, you're in the game.
All right.
Yeah. As time I basically I'm doing this in my downtime instead of relaxing and stuff like that. I say, you know what, I'll just program a game. I used to do a lot heavy programming run back in the mid '90s, and I said, you know what, I still can do this, and here it is. In my downtime, 5 days later, uh, the game's here's the game, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. Well, it may, it would be even fun. I just thought about it. It's like we couldn't even do tournaments. Everybody goes to the site, clicks on the game, but then everybody changes their screen to whatever screen they like. Somebody likes long and long rectangular. Somebody likes tall and skinny screen, or somebody likes just a straight on square screen. And then you just play and survive and see how far you can go, how many levels you can move up, and how many aliens you can take out.
All right. George is also doing the news show in an hour, so sure to check that out.
Yeah, we're over at Denelli's because the main channel got demonetized because they said, and it's all documented, well documented on my Twitter channel. All right, on my Twitter feed, I have it pinned in my Twitter feed. It's well documented. You can go and see the thread that I have, the YouTube thread there, and YouTube said because of reuse content, and I'm going like, okay, cool. So I looked at their checklist, and I got we don't do this, we don't do this, we don't do that, and we don't do that. And we do this absolutely and all that stuff. So I submitted my appeal, so to speak, through Twitter because I don't know, for whatever reason, the appeal button just happens to not work in YouTube Studio for me. It just magically doesn't work. I don't know.
Have the mystery science people after you too.
Yeah, I got hit with copyright claims by them, and it's like no. And then all of a sudden, those copyright claims just magically disappear. Again, I have it all detailed, documented in my Twitter thread with YouTube. It's pinned to my Twitter feed. Absolutely detailed, and yeah, I don't know. What they're gonna demonetize the channel? Okay, great. What are they gonna do? They take away everything. It's like we're still doing the same thing that we've done before, except now YouTube is not making money with us. We're gonna be making money without them. Yeah.
All right. Before I go, I want to show this clip here.
A lot's happened in the last 20 years.
Oh man, that was so good.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I want to thank George Peter Gatsis for joining me, Jack Stafford, Lorenzo, Jabba, Well Hung and Dung, Matt G, Donuts, Wald Mignon or Mignon, Hervé, and that's it. I'll be doing some other stuff with George. We were going to review something else. I can't remember what the other show was we were going to do.
But hold on a sec. Let's see. What other awesome show was there? It wasn't The Mandalorian because gagged me with a spoon. There was another show called Night Agent. We haven't. No, it wasn't Night Agent.
I've been meaning to watch that. Yeah, I haven't got around to watching that.
Apparently, it's very good. Apparently, very good. There's a new.
Oh, you know what I tried to watch the other day was that Renfield or whatever the.
Oh, that's out.
Yeah, it was garbage. It sucked.
Oh, jeez.
I was so disappointed, man.
I
Like,
was looking forward to it because
yeah,
the
I was
commercials,
too. It's 2 minutes of Nick Cage and 50 minutes of that stupid annoying chick on Shang-Chi.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, it's all her and that guy running around.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nick Cage was the price of admission. That's why
yeah.
it's like I'm going like, yeah, Nick Cage as
He he
Nosferatu, yeah.
he's out of that whole movie. From what I saw, I'd say he's maybe 3 minutes at most on the whole screen. It's all that his assistant guy and that chick from Shang-Chi are they're just running around and stuff. It was really bad, man. But
We did actually review a whole bunch of potato chips on one of the new shows. We talked about Lay's chips. We talked about ketchup chips. We barbecue chips. All the flavors. I mean, it was so ridiculous. In fact, we talked about so much chips on the new show. I mean, I think Risey had an aneurysm, chip aneurysm, man. He flipped out. He flipped out. What the hell? All these potato chips. Why can't you just call it what it is?
I like that right at the end.
All dressing
Started
chips.
out one last photon torpedo.
Yeah.
Oil dressed chips.
Yeah. But yeah, that's we're doing the news show over at Denelli's for the meantime until I get a definitive statement from YouTube saying, yeah, we're going to stick to our guns. You're demonetized. I go, okay, great. Thanks. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Until then, we're doing the news show on Denelli's. Then we're nuking it and doing a straight up backup on BitChute and Rumble. BitChute, the BitChute audience is consistent, man. Holy smokes! I just went to it today, and it's like the numbers are on average now they're moving up between 50 and 60 on the numbers on a whole lot of stuff. And it's only 81 people that are subscribed into the BitChute channel. But you know what? My YouTube channel is like 1,000 plus, and I got slightly less, or just about the same. Things that make you go, I wonder. Anyways, Hargrave, how you doing with your shows?
Yeah, good. The troll show's just going along. I like to get you on him, but I know you don't like that show.
Well, I can't. It's like I'm sitting there. It's just the same thing. It's just like watching, the rain draw. The rain draw.
Yeah, but the funny part is the guys on there. That's what we're laughing at and how she trolls them. It's really fucking. I mean, I don't know why, but that's my most popular show.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm getting 20 to 30 averaging on there whenever I do it. Sometimes higher.
Well, yeah, I'm watching. I pop it up on my one of my browser windows and watch as well in the background as I'm doing stuff. It is funny. I really like that one where I think it was, I don't know, this like old guy. He sounded like a priest. I forgot. I don't remember exactly, but it was the funniest thing. And it's just going like, aren't you a little too old for me?
You never know what's gonna pop up on there, man. I mean, I've seen everything.
Yeah,
last one, we had a guy on there. I swear to God, this guy must have been 500 pounds, man. I mean, it looked like a human head on a ball. I couldn't believe it.
Did you see it? Yeah, I remember that one. Yes, go continue.
And I'm just like, this guy has no neck or anything. And then they bring on another cripple. And this guy, he's like, every time they show this guy, he's lying down. I don't know if he has an iron lung issue or what it is, but all you see, it's like MODOK. That's all you see is his head. And then she makes them fight each other for her. It's fucked up, but it's funny as hell at the same time, man. It's I can't look away from this train wreck.
Oh, by the way, I have to compliment you. I mean, that clip that you did, the TJ and Finatra,
Oh
That,
God.
that was absolutely gold. I mean, I didn't know anything of it. I came in after um, that moment. It's like I don't know what Financial was talking about, TJ and all that stuff. It's like when I saw your clip, I'm going like, oh, that's what was happening.
Finn's all this guy's holding me ransom for my own show. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I gotta say that. I gotta say something. Okay, go ahead, say it. You know, it's like, what are you gonna do? You know,
That clip is,
you guys are not respecting me. It's like, you know where you are, right? Oh my gosh, that was absolutely, that was gold.
you guys can sit there and talk about Tinkerbell and all this bullshit. I'm a grown man, motherfucker, and I'm gonna do all this stuff. And
Yeah.
all right, everybody, that's it. Thanks for joining. George is gonna get ready for the show. I've already said goodbye, so I'll just end it now. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.